welcome to QI. This is our vodcast. All right. OK, enjoy the vodcast. I don't know what it means, but it's quite full, I think.
When I was on this show before, I seem to remember talking to you about you giving Prince Charles coffee, shit coffee, that had been through a monkey or something, and they
Civet
picked it
cat
out.
coffee. Civet cat coffee, exactly that.
And what's that then? It's gone through...
It's a Vietnamese civet poo coffee. They eat the green coffee, and then they poo it out.
They crap it out.
And then you obviously clean it up and grind it, and it's better for
something
to do with the intestinal juices.
I gave someone sweet corn, and they weren't happy at all. I got a police caution. A lot of time and effort went into that. Sorry, I was just miming picking sweet corn out of shit. What is your problem?
What's this? The groove. Do you know what this is called?
That's Someone's arch. Cupid's arch? No.
No. Proper name for it?
Snot bobsleigh.
Anyone know?
The snot bobsleigh.
Someone's going to know in the audience.
Do the audience know? They know. Philtrum.
I knew
it's the
they'd
filter
know
with a PH. Philtrum.
You get a lot of medical students in here.
Yeah.
What about the filter?
What's its purpose, do you think?
Just makes you more kissable, Stephen.
Oh. Bless you.
I think Stephen just barked at me, I'm not sure.
It's more of course, it was quite fashionable the early part of the 20th century to grow moustaches just in the filter. Who did that?
I remember there was a fellow, he was a bad man.
Yes, what was his name?
I can't remember his name.
Charlie Chaplin, that's the one.
Yes.
And Adolf Hitler. Robert Mugabe also had one, and I think he still does. A little filter moustache. And Oliver Hardy had one for quite a long time. But do you know why we have them?
No discernible reason.
Well, they don't have a function, but they have a cause. I mean, there's a reason they're there. They've been caused by something.
Is it that it's when you form as a child? If you get a cleft palate, that hasn't fully formed. It's the last bit that forms, isn't it?
Well, that's right. It's the left and right sides of the embryo meeting, and the body is symmetrical, more or less, as you know. And in fact, we have another seam, if you like, between the anus and the root of the scrotal sac, if you're a man.
Oh, called the taint,
which is the perineum.
Biffin's bridge.
Yeah. Anyway, that is very much a seam where the two sides meet, and also the little bit of the chin here. They're called raphes, and it's where the two bits match up.
I prefer Biffin's bridge.
Do you? I think your Biffin's bridge is very nice.
Have you been rambling there?
Very good. Thank you.
So what does it do?
It doesn't do anything, really, to be honest.
It stops people from seeing your teeth.
Yeah. You might just be able to get, if you've got a deep one, you can drink beer and breathe at the same time. You can let the air, you can let the air out of the bottle at the same time, because you can just do that. Some people can.
You can only do that if your father worked for the Muppet Show. And had sex with a puppet. You can't drink from a bottle and breathe.
I have to confess, I will bow to you superior knowledge.
No, because I now see I wasted 3 weeks ahead of me.
Experimenting.
Yeah. The first person to have plastic surgery going, I was told categorically I would be able to breathe and drink from a bottle at the same time. It's just this bit in the middle isn't working properly and I want it very rough and closer together.
What's made from E941, E948, E936, E290 and E939, and what happens if you have some?
Food, glorious food!
E4037.
Very good. Does it add up to that?
No shit, it doesn't.
But what would happen, all those E numbers, imagine, try and have a wild plump.
You'd have a mad half-hour running around the living room.
Oh! Runs you mad. Oh, that was a bit mean of them, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, because you were thinking of hyperactivity, weren't you?
Yeah.
It's not one of those. It's not one of those tartrazine sunset yellow ones. Yes.
Is it the new bacon McFlurry?
Spangles.
Not Spangles, no. Any other thoughts?
Smarties. Magnums.
No.
Well, they're colours, they're preservatives.
Anything you could possibly add to a food has to be given an E number.
Yeah.
In fact, there are E numbers for rust, aluminium,
So you can
silver.
add rust to food?
Well, I know, it's weird, isn't it? Formaldehyde, sand is E551. Yes, darling.
It's a Ford Fiesta. The new one.
The new, right.
Yeah. The one with the E940.
That's the one. Actually, I'll tell you what they all are. E941 is nitrogen. E948 is oxygen.
Air.
Yes, air is... I was just giving you air in E numbers. Well done. Bizarre. I said nothing much would happen except you'd carry on living.
Oh, great. Great, thank you.
It's not so bad.
Have you got any less of that?
So the point is nothing would happen to you. They are the main ingredients of air. Now to something rather more substantial. What would a Tyrannosaurus rex taste like? Yes.
Chicken?
Oh, Phil, yes. We thought we'd double bluff you and you'd go, not chicken. But it is chicken.
Well, they're birds.
They are birds.
Yeah.
And there is a man from Harvard University who is completely convinced that T-Rex tasted of chicken.
Sorry, he's completely convinced.
Convinced, yeah.
Why, so he's done the reason he's gone, oh, it tastes like Stegosaurus at all. Yeah. Of course, everything tastes like Stegosaurus.
No. I'll give you his theory. It's a little bit complicated. Things that taste of chicken must have a common ancestor that also tasted of chicken. He tasted a number of different animals and found out that all birds, some mammals and all reptiles taste of chicken. All other mammals taste of pork or beef, while all seafood have a seafoody taste. He has hypothesised that based on the fact that its closest modern relatives are chickens and other chicken-flavoured lizards, T-Rex must have tasted of chicken.
Could you not argue?
Demonstrandum.
Is he still working out at the university, or is he now working out at the car park?
No, well...
Also, it depends what you do with a T-Rex. I mean, I imagine it'd be slightly tough after all these years.
No, not little arms.
You think?
If you could afford just the little arms.
Well, imagine
And say, you know, just go, I don't want the rest of it.
What a waste that'd be.
Just what then? T-Rex wings. Just a box of T-Rex.
Yeah, the arms. Do you know a very interesting thing about some... I think this is quite interesting. The Diplodocus, right, lived 140 million years ago. It was a long time ago, in the Jurassic period, right? And then it died out, and then various other dinosaurs, like the Tyrannosaurus rex behind us, that appeared. But do you know, we are closer in time to the Tyrannosaurus rex than the Tyrannosaurus rex is to the Diplodocus.
Yeah.
Astonishing.
Out.
Yeah. I do think that's interesting.
Who do we buy a card for at Christmas?
One for each, if we can afford it, I think.
Yeah, but you buy a pack of cards for the Diplodocus, don't you? Yeah. And then you buy the individual ones for Tyrannosaurus rex.
That's how it
they're
goes.
a bit closer.
You're right.
You sort of go, thanks for sticking around and trying to make it to my birthday.
I was on a holiday with the late, great Peter Cook, and we'd been going up the Nile, and we hadn't had a newspaper for a very long time, and he loved newspapers. And he eventually found this old heap of newspapers in a shop somewhere in Luxor or something. And there was this big thing about Elizabeth Taylor putting on weight, and the spokesman said it's her glands, and Peter went off into this, yes, poor woman, it's just completely unfair. She'd be sitting in a suite in the Inn on the Park, and suddenly her glands will pick up the phone and order a tray of eclairs and a bottle of port wine. No, she was screaming, it's too late, the order's gone through. She tries to wrestle the glands away, but they yank open the door and stuff them down her throat. Very wonderful.
You've been listening to the QI podcast. Thank you and good night.
Oh, dear.